we are going to make a Python program from scratch that converts from binary numbers to decimal numbers. So let's just talk about numbers for a second because there's a bunch of important things. So the number one thing, let's say I have the decimal number x equals 345. What does that really mean? Well, in the decimal system, the base 10, you can call it system, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10 digits. I have 10 fingers too. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. And so if I want to represent a number greater than 9, well, what's the next number? It's this. That's a number using the placeholder system. Wait, I forgot. You know what I'm talking about. So this means that I have 0 ones and 1 10. It's a way to kind of make bigger numbers. So this number really means that I have 3 100s plus 4 10s plus 5 1s. So in the decimal system, in the base 10 system, we have the following spaces mean the following things. I'm going to write it backwards because this is the way we see it. We have 10 to the 0 is 1. 10 to the 1 is 10. 10 to the 2 is 100. 10 to the 3 is 1,000. So this is going to be 1, 10, 100, 1,000. So these are our place values. We've been doing that forever. You know that. Okay. So now let's think about a binary system. In binary, we have just 2 digits, 0 and 1. Why do you care? Why would you do that? Binary. Because imagine that I had something simple like a light bulb. I could have the light bulb off or I could have the light bulb on. And so it's a great way to represent numbers with just on and off, which is the way computers like to do things. So binary is really great for computers. Let's look at our place values for binaries because it's a 2-digit. Then I need 2 to the power. Instead of 10, I have 10 to the power. So let's start backwards. I'm going to say 2 to the 0, 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3, 2 to the 4. That's good enough for now. So 2 to the 0 is 1, 2 to the 2 is 2, 2 to the 4 is 2 to the 2 is 4. I got ahead of myself there. 2 to the 3 is 8, 2 to the 4 is 16. That's 16, right? 2, yeah. Okay. And so on. So suppose that I have a number, and if we want to do it 2 to the 5th, 32, if you want to keep doing that. Let's just take a number. Let's take a complicated number in binary. X equals 10110. How do I mentally, how do I do that on paper, or how do I convert that to decimal? And then we're going to make a Python program to do that. It's kind of important to first do it by hand so you know what's going on. So this, we can interpret this as 0 times 1 plus 1 times 2 plus 1 times 4 plus 0 times 8 plus 1 times 16. That's what we're going to do. So I can write this out as, I'm going to start from this end. So I get 1 plus, no, I'm sorry, I don't get 1. I get 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 0 plus 16. So it's going to be 16, 20, 22. So this is equal to 22. And that's what we do. We basically just take each number in the binary system and multiply it by its place value, which we have this little chart up here, and then add them all up, which is exactly what we did right here. With 345, I took each number, multiplied by its place value, 3 times 100, 4 times 10, 5 times 1, and added it all up, and I got 345. But then, we wrote it that way anyway, so it didn't really make much sense. So it's not a hard system to do this. Let's see if we can do it in Python. Now, there are a couple tricks in Python that we're going to have to look at. And I'm using just basic plain Python. I'm going to do this from scratch. I'll give you the code for this. So let me jump over here to Python. Hello, Python. I didn't shut that shade. Okay, that's better. Python. I am using WebVPython, and there's nothing WebVPython about this. There's nothing special about this implementation other than I like the way it looks. Any Python that you use will work. I will give you a link to this code so you can have the code, but there's that. Let's start off with a binary number. We want to convert a binary number to decimal number. There are a ton of great ways to do this, but I want to do it from scratch. I want to do it the way we understand it. I want to build the model. I want to say one more thing about Python. It's very intimidating to be worried about doing things the right way instead of the wrong way. But if you get into that mindset, you end up not doing anything. So just do it your way. Do it the wrong way. It doesn't really matter. Okay. The important thing is that it's your code. I just want to emphasize that. So I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to do it the best way. Let's write a binary number. Oh, let's make this bigger. Is that big enough? That's big enough. That's good right there. Binary number. And I'm not going to check that the user's entering it correctly. I'm going to assume that you're entering an actual binary number. I'm not going to assume you're going to do something like that, which is not a binary number. And I'm not going to have a user input. If you want to put a user input where the person puts their name, their number in, and then you check that it's actually a binary number, that's cool. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to focus on the mechanics of converting this. So the first thing I want to do, if I have a simple number like 1, 1, I know the number. I know what that number is. It's 1 times 1 plus 2 times 1 is 3. That's 3. But if I want to tell Python how to do that, I need to have it look at each digit. And to do that, I'm going to make this into a list. So if you're not familiar with lists in Python, let's make a list. I'm going to make it manually, 1, 1. Let's make a bigger one, 1, 0, 1. Let's put this as 0. Oh, I'm going to put equals. And now I'm going to print that, just so you can see what it looks like. It is, in fact, a list. I can call it BB. I'm going to run that. So there's my list. Great. Now, I can also reference each element in that list. I could say BB0, and I'm going to print that. I just got to print that. Print BB0. And that's 1. That's the first element in that list. And the next element in the list is going to be 1. And the final element is going to be 0. And it starts with 0, 1, 2. Right, where we start with 0. That's the first digit in the thing. So let's print BB1, print BB2. There is no BB3, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. So this should be 1, 1, 0. 1, 1, 0. Okay, so we can reference each thing. Now, how do we get that number into a list? Let's do that. So I'm going to delete this stuff. I'm going to do it in a weird way. So I'm going to say BB equals this. That's an empty list. There's nothing in that list. Okay, but I need a list so I can add stuff to it. If you don't have something to add to, you can't add to it. Now I want to go through each element in this number 110, but it's a number. So I need to do a little trick. Let's do this. I'm going to show you a loop. For I in string B, print I. So I can go, if it's a string, I can go through each element in there with this simple command. For I in string. This is going to print out 1 and then 0. I did it. But those aren't numbers, they're strings. Okay. So now I can add those numbers back to a list. So let's just do this the wrong way and then we'll fix it. So I'm going to say BB equals BB plus the element I. And then when I'm done with that, I'm going to print BB. And you'll see the quote marks around 1, 1, and 0 because they're strings. They're not numbers. So I do need to convert them back to numbers, which seems silly, but I can do that. Int. If I take int, use the int function, it takes that thing and turns it back into an integer. And so let's run it now. And now I have it. So the nice thing is, yes, you could have typed 110. You could have typed the list out. It's not that hard. But what if I had like 80 numbers in there. I don't want to do that. Okay, so I want an automatic way of taking my binary number and making it into a list. So there we go. That's step number 1. I guess I should save this. Let's save this as it's binary. Oh, it doesn't want to do that. Binary to, binary, I don't know why. It's saved there. I'll change the name later. Oops. Okay. So we got the thing in a list. Now we need to go through that list and take each number and multiply it by its placeholder value and add it together, right? That's what we did before. So we need to do that. So let's do this. Again, we're going to go through the list. Let's go through the list in a smart way. So let me do something right here. So I have a list BB. So I already print that. I print that list BB. Let's do this. Print len BB. Len tells me the length of that list. 3. That's what I thought. I knew it was. Okay. Now I can do this. For I in range 3, print I. So this will go through 0, 1, 2. It'll go through the range of 3 numbers, and it'll print them out. So instead of 3, I can put len B. BB. So this will go through and print out the index for each element in the list BB. And it doesn't matter how long it is. I only have it 3 things long, and that's fine. So I don't really need to print that anymore. Okay, so why would we do that? Because now I can address each element in the list. So I could do this. Print BBI. I'm going to print and it's going to switch to, it's going to print I, BB0, BB1, BB2, which would be 1, 1, 0. So I can get each element from the list. 1, 1, 0. That's what and which seems kind of dumb because we're doing things backwards, but it's fine. Now I want to multiply it by its placeholder value. And I have a little bit of a problem, right? Because I want to, that first number in the list is 1, and it's 2 to the 2, it's 2 to the 0, 1, 2, it's 2 to the 2. But I is 0, not 2, right? So let's do this. Let's say n is the length of the list. I'm going to call it len BB minus 1. Because now that's going to give me the index of the largest number, right? So it's going to give me 2. And I can do the following. Let's just do this. I'm going to have my decimal number. I'm going to call it dnum. And it's going to start at 0. Because I'm going to add each thing to that. I need to have a number to start with. So I'm going to say dnum equals dnum plus the element BB I times 2 raised to the power. And that power, I is 0 in that first one, but I want to raise it to the power of 2. And I have that number 2 as n. So it's going to be raised to the power of n minus I. That just makes it so that I can go through the list. I'm really going through it backwards. And that's it. Now I'll just print dnum. And remember, that number, let's just check and see what we should get. This is 0 plus 2 plus 4. This should be 6. Let's see if it works. 6. Okay, let's make this look a little bit nicer. I'm going to do, I don't want to print this. Let's print binary number equals B. And then down here, I'm going to print, let's do this. Make it look nice. Print convert to decimal, decimal number equals dnum. Now it just looks a bit nicer. And then we're going to try it. Okay, that's good. Now let's try something like this. That's a huge number. Let me get my calculator so I can add them up. Okay, I'm going to find out what this number is before I run it. So I have 0, so I have 1, 0, 1, plus 2, plus 4, plus 8, plus 0, which is 16, plus 32, plus 64. And I get 110. So let's run this. Winning. Okay. And it did write this as a scientific notation. Just don't worry about that. There's a way to fix that, but I don't really care. And there you go. We have made a program, save it, that converts a binary number into a decimal number. Let's just see how far we can go. Let's see if I go 111000001. Okay, seems like it's working. I'm pretty happy. I mean, I guess we could do this. I could print this BB. I could also print it as a string. Let's do that. Let's see if that works better. There. Cool. And I could do the same thing for the decimal number if you don't want scientific notation. But okay, we have converted from binary to decimal. Now, we need to convert from decimal to binary. That's going to be another video, so you just have to hold on.